We will have in a simple task in Hope Dealers. You guys do those things. Do those things. If you know that your retention is terrible and we are providing these videos for you to watch, go watch them. I'm trying to make them as short as possible. It's 2 things. Watch a video, do the simple task. But tonight we're going to be talking about retention, and we're going to be just getting into the nitty-gritty of it, okay? Because retention is exactly what is going to take your business and continue to take your business to the next rank, to the next goal. If you are constantly filling your bucket up and then there's a tons of holes in your bucket and it's draining, right? You have a good month and then everything drains. Have a good month. That is a telltale sign that your follow-up and your retention needs work. Okay. So tonight we're going to be breaking it down for you. Heather and I are going to be talking about ways that you can improve that, strategies that you can use, and just make sure you're taking notes on this. Make sure you're listening. If you're able to have your camera on, turn your camera on. Don't be on your cell phone. Don't be multitasking. Just really be into this call, because these are things that I truly know will help you in your business. Okay. So take this next 45 minutes, make it about you, invest in yourself, invest in your business. This is one of the things about the business that we need to do. We don't need to multitask. It has been proven that we as humans cannot multitask. Even though we think we can, we cannot. So don't pride yourself on being a good multitasker.
And almost done.
More than likely, you ain't getting a lot of stuff done. I know when I multitask, I'm like half butt doing all the things. So, all right, I'm going to have Heather start it, and then I'll be training on some other things as well. So go ahead, Heather. Where are you? There you are.
Hey guys. So like Andrea mentioned, we are going to be talking about retention today, and Andrea is going to be going over 4-point check-in and stuff like that later. But I just wanted to start with, like she said, getting back to the basics. So when you sign someone up and they join, is that when their journey begins? Your journey? Not necessarily. Your job is just getting started with them. We can enroll all day long, but it's what we do with them afterwards that makes all the difference. We can't just sign people up and be, so excited, which we are, but we have to put in so much effort after that to keep them on, to hold them accountable, show them the true beauty of the products and things like that. So when you first sign them up, we always stress this. I know this is going to be repetitive for a lot of us, but it's just always such a good reminder. So when we sign someone up, we want to get on the phone with them. That going to build such a great connection. We're going to be able to ask them questions. They're going to be able to ask us questions, and we get to just breathe that excitement into them, because yes, sometimes it's going to happen where you can't, get on the phone with someone to sign up, or they won't. And that's okay every now and then, but we want to try our hardest to really get on the phone with them to build that connection. So when we get on the phone with them, we're going to sign them up. And then after that, what do? We want to make sure that we are plugging them into multiple things. We obviously want to add them to the team page. We want to welcome them. So if anyone on here is new, make sure that when you add someone to the team page, that they accept it before you welcome them. That way you can tag them and they can see it. If you just automatically add them and then you shout them out, then they're probably not going to see where you tag them because they haven't accepted that invite yet. So just make sure that you do that. So add them and welcome them into the team page. You want to get them connected with your sponsor. So like Andrea is the one who helped me get started. So whenever I sign someone up, I am going to put them in a 3-way message with Andrea. Just again, it's just that extra layer of support to build that connection and just have someone else for them to go to. They might know us and trust us, but it's just nice to have someone else there that they can just, build that connection with and have someone else's opinions and their thoughts. So make sure that you do that. And then, I mean, get on the phone with them when they get their products too. That's always another way to just make sure that they get started right away. Because as we know, maybe there's someone that's going to get their products today or tomorrow. And let's be honest, a lot of people want to start everything on Monday for whatever reason, but we want them to get started right away. Another thing that I feel like people say when they get their products is, well, I don't want to start the bio cleanse on a work day. And it's like, you're just going to be taking one, like, promise it'll be fine. We'll make adjustments. So I had someone that said that yesterday, and I'm like, no, go ahead and get started now. You're just going to be taking one for the first 4 days. And they're like, oh, okay, I can do that. So if you get on the phone with them and you talk to them about those things, or maybe their objections and things like that, it's a little bit easier to overcome them if you're talking to them on the phone. And then two, I know we just had a welcome call. So get them on the welcome call. Those people that just got started with you, get them on that call. That way they can just be inspired and connected. And just throughout all of this process, just be positive and be excited, because your excitement is contagious. If you're nervous about something, or you're hesitant about something, or if like the cost of the next month, like they say something about that, or you make them like, well, I know this is kind of expensive. If you say something like that, then that's going to get them thinking like, yeah, maybe it is expensive. So we just want to like be positive, be excited, and it's just going to help them to be excited on their journey as well. So another thing is, Andrea might touch on this, but when you get someone started, you want to be building lots of connections with them even before they get their products. Like I said, you want to get on the phone with them when you sign them up. And then you want to send them the getting started video, and just like be checking in to see if they're getting their products yet, because you want to know when they get them and make sure that they start right away. And then obviously encourage them to share. As we know, people are more likely to stay on their products. They're actually 80% more likely to stay on their products if they go silver, or have a friend or two to do this journey with them. And that looks different for everyone. How many times do you have someone that they're like, I just don't want to post on social media? Okay, that's fine. We always encourage them to do that, but maybe they would be more comfortable with just doing a wellness chat and just messaging like their close friends and family. They can text them, call them, see them. It doesn't even have to be people on Facebook. You can do a group text with people. You can get on a 3-way call. You can do Zoom calls if they have like a best friend who wants to do the products. Maybe they want to send out some samples that they get with app, or maybe you can tell them about the 3-day challenge boxes and just be like, would one of your friends want to do this for 3 days just to like get a sample of the taste? And there's just so many different ways that you can get people to share. You don't have to get them to post on their social media, and that's the only way that they're going to be able to get friends to sign up. I mean, we've had people even that have gone silver and beyond who don't even have social media. So that's just something else to think about too. Just be resourceful. If someone has an objection with something, just think, okay, what can I do to help them? Because essentially you are helping them. Yes, it's nice to have them sign someone up because it's going to help you, but we want to help them to retain them on their products. And it's been proven that if they have someone to do it with them, then it is going to budget their products a little bit, and it's just a little bit more exciting for them as well. So that's something. And then another one is set realistic expectations. I know that we always tell people 60 to 90 days, or maybe we don't. Maybe you're missing that step, and, not telling them to, I really want to make sure you give it 60 to 90 days. And I always tell everyone that when I'm in a voice or a message with them, I always send voice messages when I go over like the pricing and things like that. And that's when I mention to them about the 60 to 90 days. So I really make sure that they're committed. And then when I get them on the phone and sign them up, I talk about that again with them. I remind them like, this is not a quick fix. The products are natural. It can take time, all those things. And just go over possibility of some detox symptoms. That's another thing that I like to do when I'm on the phone with them, because you don't want someone started on the triplex and then 3 weeks in, they're detoxing like crazy and they didn't really know anything about it. So that's when explaining that on the phone is good. Again, the 60 to 90 days, the possibility of detox, what they need to do to get past detox with the consistency in the water and all of that. If you tell them that multiple times and you start or send them the getting started video, then I mean, in the end, if someone eventually wants to quit, you know that you tried and tried and tried. If you've told all them things multiple times, you sent them the video, you try to make adjustments, things like that. So we just really want to set those realistic expectations for them because they're going to be more likely to push through that. Oh, and something else I wanted to say too is Lisa, I don't know if Lisa's one here, but she has someone who has been detoxing, and this goes back to the welcome call. I just wanted to kind of bring someone up that way. It kind of inspires you guys to make sure that you're inviting your new people to the calls. So she had someone who's been detoxing, and we're like, keep doing this. We made an adjustment, things like that. Lisa invited her to the welcome call last night, and she got on. And even though she seemed pretty receptive to what we've been saying, she was like, I love the call. She's only a month in, and she was like, it made me think about my journey basically over the last month and just made her feel like this is just part of the journey. And so making sure that you get those people plugged in either to the welcome call or some type of event like that. And it doesn't just have to be a welcome call where we are going over detox and things like that. Just even if we have a wellness chat or we have a 3-day challenge and they're already taking the products, it's always good to invite your new people to those events just because they get to learn a little bit more. And if they haven't really talked with anyone else before, other than you, then they get to hear someone else's story. So maybe we're having an event where it has several different testimonies. There's, say Allie, Lisa, someone else is doing live videos. They get to see the excitement and the journey behind their story. And that's just going to inspire them to keep going a little bit longer too. So those are just all things that I feel like sometimes we think we forget about. Even I forget about it. I have someone on the products and I'm checking in with them, I'm asking the questions, but I don't always think about getting them plugged into events because they're already started. But that's just another layer of support basically and reassurance that this is a great journey and that good things can come from this. And I feel like that just kind of helps people to stay more consistent on their products when they are plugged into some of these things, along with talking with you, being plugged in the team page, being plugged in with your sponsor, all of those things like that. So let's see. Let's hear someone else's perspective. I think that is pretty much all I had. Hold on. Oh, something else I wanted to say before Andrea kind of takes over with like the 4-point check-in system and different stuff with customer service is the perks program. Make sure that you are telling them about the perks. I know things are a little bit different now as far as like money with getting the product credit or, getting the cash and things like that. But make sure they know about the perks as far as products, what we've been having for a while now. Make sure that they know that every month when they are ordering consistently, that they are building perk points because a lot of people don't know but they're probably stay on this product and be ordering 100 PV if they know that they are building up those points and things like that. Because some people, they might not know that. They're going to turn off their subscription. Then you're going to be like, oh, did you know about this? And they're like, nope, had no idea. So if we just tell them about that up front, then that's going to help them too, probably to be more consistent because they're not necessarily going to want to turn off their subscription because they're not going to want to lose those points and lose the free product. So Sue, Andrea might be going over this, but something that like I thought about and I didn't really realize that we had this many check-ins is when you are, getting someone signed up, right? I know she's going to talk about the planner, but anyway, we should be checking in with these people like at least 8 times in the first month. And I didn't really realize that I was checking in with someone that many times. So if you're checking in with talking to them just like 4 times that first month, try to figure out where you're missing those extra steps because we're going to get on the phone with them to sign them up. We're going to start them the getting started video. We're going to see if they got their products. We're going to get on the phone with them when they get started. Once they get started, like 2 days later or the next day, even sometimes I'll check in with them just to see how the first day went. and then a couple days later check in with them, and then at least every week after that. So there's going to be a lot of check-ins that first month, and don't feel like you're annoying those people. I always, when I'm on the phone with people signing them up, I always let them know, like, I am going to be your best friend on this journey. I'm going to be checking in with you frequently. And that communication is going to be key, because that's what's going to help you the best on your journey. So communication, I know we say that about everything, a marriage, a friendship, relationship of any kind, it's the same thing. Make sure you tell them in the beginning. That way they have that expectation that communication is going to be key. And all of my messages, when someone comes to me with a question or anything like that, I'm always like, thank you for asking questions. Like, I'm so proud of you for asking questions, coming to us, those types of things, because that's just going to show them that no question is stupid. Some people are afraid to ask questions, or they don't tell you that they're going to the restroom too much. So it's up to us to just tell them up front that that communication is going to be key, and it's just going to help them on their journey. Say detox, it's going to help to, get past their detox and stuff like that quicker as well. So that's just another thing of setting an expectation from the get-go, is just letting them know that you're going to be their best friend and you're going to be checking in with them frequently, just to make sure that they have the best journey possible. So I think that's pretty much all that I want to cover. Andrea is going to be going over more of the 4-point check-in system with good customer service and kind of stuff like that. So I'll see if I think of anything else, Andrea, but if you want to take it away, you can.
Okay. So I love all of that. So I know we do sound like broken records, but y'all, when it's going to stick, we'll know, right? And we won't have to keep talking about it. But these are things, and I know I've talked to a lot of newer ambassadors on our team that have been with us for maybe 2 or 3 months. And I hear a lot of the times they're like, oh, I know you told me how important following up was in the beginning when I was signing people up left and right, but I just didn't really realize the importance of it until my points started dropping the 2nd or 3rd month, because people were falling off because I did not check in with them. Okay. So when I tell you, this is the most crucial part of your business. Yes, congratulations. You can sign someone up. That's great. Anyone can do that. Literally, anyone can do that. But can you keep them on? And can you keep them on longer than 60 days, right? Can you keep them on longer than 60 days? It is literally proven. If you have an ambassador stay on the products for 90 days, you will have them as a customer literally for a year to 5 years. You guys, there are people from when I started almost 6 years ago that are still with me. And I have gone through this exact same thing of when I first started, we signed up a lot of people and I did not listen to my sponsor. I was like, yeah, right. Like, I feel like I'm bugging these people. How many people feel like you're bugging people when you check in with them? Drop a 1 in the comments if you feel like you're bugging people when you check in with them. Because here's the thing, that is a story that you are telling yourself. Okay, for one, I want you, confidence isn't something you can learn overnight, but this you can. Get it out of your head that you're bugging people following up. Get it out of your head that you're bugging people with customer service, because let me tell you, it is very unprofessional when you don't follow up and you don't ask those questions. Like, I want to hide when I am in Project Broadcast reaching out and some of these people are telling me that they have 3 months of products stacked up. And I'm like, how is that possible? Right? Like, how is that possible? That makes me want to crawl under a rock, because I'm like, this should not happen. People should not have 3 months of product stocked up. Like, we should know. Here's the thing. People should not have, okay, one of the things that I've been getting, and we'll dive in, but one of the things I've been getting is, well, I thought I turned my subscription off, or I just keep having product come to my house. That right there just tells me that that person that signed them up was like, sayonara, sister, don't care. Because someone should not have reoccurring product coming to their house when they're not taking it. Like, that is a huge red flag. And so what I usually do with those people is I tell them, listen, I am so sorry that you did not get the customer service that you deserve when you were signing up, but we're going to get you all caught up. And then I look at their welcome pack. Girl, y'all, like, if you want to do this business, you got to get over it. You got to get over it. And you've got to want to do the grit and the push and the shove in the back office with the people that are difficult, that are going through detox. This is all part of it. This is all part of it. This is actually the part that will continue to grow your business. Yeah, sure, you can sign people up, but if it's a bathtub and it's just constantly draining, you're going to start to get drained, right? Like you're going to start to get tired, right? And so when you can teach your team, think about it. Doesn't matter. You always have to think about this. When you sign someone up, you want to like be like you're on an interview. You want to be like prim, proper, perfect, right? Like, because you never know when that person is going to turn into a business builder. And so whatever you did with them, even if you think they're just going to be a happy wholesale customer, whatever you did with them, they will do when they sign that person up, right? Like if you're not checking in with them properly, they're not going to check in properly. If you didn't get on the phone with them, signing them up, if you did not get on the phone with them, signing them up, you guys, I will tell you, stop right now. If you are working this business and you are not getting on the phone with people, stop signing people up right now. You have enough time to sign your level ones up. You do. You owe that to them. Someone's dropping $150 to $250. You have 5 minutes to tell your kids to hang on a second, tell your husband to get to kids, or while you're in the car through pickup line, whatever it is, you have time to sign people up. Okay. It blows my mind when someone says, I don't get on the phone with people. I'm like, you don't get on the phone with people. Okay. All right. First problem, because you miss such a huge connection when you don't get on the phone with people. It is insane how much connection, how much fast connection I make in 10 to 15 minutes with someone. And I'm rolling through the process, right? Like we're like talking, like laughing about their birthday, like, you know, as I'm like putting in their information, I'm asking what they're doing this weekend, like, you know, whatever it may be. You don't have to be on the phone for an hour, right? But okay, I don't like to get on the phone, but I do. Yes. Oh my gosh, Heather, I would be like, if like literally, I can't stress this enough. I don't love to get on the phone with strangers. I still get nervous, but like, you guys, it is so necessary. It shows professionalism, and that is what we are all about. And so what Heather was saying is plugging them into the team page, right? Like getting them into that community. And so we've started to post Monday through Friday little tips that have nothing to do with the business. And so Rise Up Village is kind of going to get a little shift. And so a lot of the things that are more business-y like in the guides, which I'm going to show you, we're going to throw that into Hope Dealers. And so I still want you guys to don't take any like thing like this, like still shout out people that are like ranking up, all that in Rise Up Village, because that casts vision. But we're adding more like wholesale ambassador friendly things in there, just like, you know, Monday motivation, a recipe, things like that. I know you guys maybe have seen that this week. And so we're just kind of adding those things in there. And so there's going to be a lot more things to come. And so get them in there, get them connected. We do giveaways all the time in there. And so that's one of the biggest things is when you add them in there, make sure they are in there. You want to make sure you check before you welcome them because you want them to see it. And whenever you guys see a welcome post, take 2 seconds and just comment and say welcome. It really helps. Even if it's not your team, it really helps because you want someone, you would want to feel welcomed, right? If you got introduced into a team chat. So that is huge. Like all of this stuff is free 99 on your part, right? Like it just takes time for you to do it. And you will get rewarded big time. Okay. So first of all, I remember telling myself, I am not a planner. I fly by the seat of my pants. I've got this, right? How many of you thought the same thing? Like, I don't need a planner. I can remember to follow up with these people. And then it's like 2 weeks has passed and you're like, oh crap, I didn't follow up with Sally. Oh my God, I wonder and it's like, she's brand new starting the products. Like I was there, right? And I remember just being like, I'm not a planner. Like me who like spur of the moment on Friday goes on like a long weekend trip. Like not me, I'm not getting a planner. But guess what? That is a huge, big old lie that you are telling yourself because it is out of your comfort zone to actually get organized and get a planner and write it down. Because here's the thing, phone notifications are like nothing to me. I get a ding and my kid's screaming. What am I going to do? Going to turn it off, right? I'm going to turn it off. I'm not going to drop what I'm doing right then and, do what that ding is telling me. And so I want you to get a calendar or your planner, whatever it is. And I want you to start utilizing it with what I'm about to show you. Okay. No matter if you've been here for 4 or 5 years, or if you've been here for 4 months, 4 days, I want you to get a planner and I want you to start utilizing it. Keep it somewhere where you can go and view it, because if it's stuck, if I kept my planner in my office, I would probably not look at it as much because I'm not in here a whole lot, but I'm at my island in my kitchen all the time. And so it is on my island, opened up to the week. And so I make sure that I go and check it, what I need to do that day. Okay. So your goals are dependent on getting out of your comfort zone. Okay. So what are we not going to do? We're not going to tell ourselves that we're bugging people. You are not bugging people, you guys. What is sad is when people are going through detox and they quit and they think it was Plexus because they didn't have a good follow-up. I hear people come back from joining other teams telling me that that Plexus made them X, Y, and Z. And I always tell them, you were going through detox and you didn't have someone who was following up with you correctly. And I get them started and it's a completely different story, right? Like you don't want someone to quit on you and then go find someone else, right? Like you don't want that. You don't want them to quit on you because you didn't lack a follow-up and then go try it a year later with someone else. You never know. That could have been your person that is like rocking and rolling with you, right? You just never know. Everything you do it intentionally and do it 100%. Seriously, do it 100%. Take time in your business. That's one thing I can say. This is not a race. Your business is not a race. Take time to go through the motions of getting it right. Okay. And so slow down and focus. Okay. Because these are the things that really make your wheels turn. And you're not going to have that burnout, because I don't know about you, but when we add a lot of people, and we did this last year, we were adding 400 to 600 people a month. Okay. And we were draining the bathtub. It was like bloop, 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 because guess what? We weren't retaining them. And that got exhausting, right? That got exhausting for me to try to grab everybody and try to wrangle them back in. I'm only one person. Your sponsor is only one person. And so we really depend on you guys to listen when we're doing these calls and then go and apply it. Okay. Like, I know it sounds stupid. I know it sounds elementary, but it's just not getting done because I'm talking to the people that are in my downline, because it's my business, right? Like I know it's your business, but it's also my business. This is how I'm like live. And so it's up to me, if you're not doing it, to go help someone who I know is not getting the care. That's just, it's not that I don't trust you or whatever, but if I'm seeing someone repeatedly on the credit card decline list or the under 100 PV, like, and maybe it's that you just don't know what questions to ask. And you're just not asking your sponsor, hey, what do I do? How do I handle this question? Ask, be a student, want to learn, right? You're not weak for coming and asking questions. You're weak if you don't ask questions, because that tells me that you don't like to be told when you're wrong, right? I was that person. I was the know-it-all. And I realized quickly that I did not know anything. And now I'm like, tell me what I need to know, because I want to be the best network marketer, the best retention queen out there, so I can have like the best happy community, right? That's what we want. Rise Up Village. That's what we want. We want happy people in there loving their products, because when they love their products, like all 24 of us on here, you want to share, because when you feel good, you start having those positive thoughts, right? And you're like, oh my God, so-and-so loves this, whatever. And so we're going to wrap this back in, and then I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show you all the resources in Rise Up Village. Okay. And then don't hop off, because we have a really special guest that's going to be sharing a little something with us that I know will resonate so much with a lot of you guys. Okay. So here's the thing. I know when we first get started, Heather mentioned getting someone to start with you guys, right? Or with that person. Sometimes it's easy. Sometimes they're like, sure, like I'll make a post. Sure, I'll have a wellness event. Sure, I'll whatever. Sometimes it's not. Okay. So here's what I want you to do. When someone tells you that they want to wait for their results, okay? So I always do a few things. I always tell them, which I'm sure you guys have heard this. I always say, listen, I totally understand how you feel. I felt the same way, but what I realized is that a lot of people who have joined me on this journey don't have any of the same health goals that I had when I started. What was really cool is we have a community of over 3,000 people that have all different testimonies that I know your friend could relate to. And so another thing too is people don't resonate with your day 60 testimony where you're already feeling all the things, like you're feeling good, you're not grabbing for snacks, you're going to the bathroom consistently, your thyroid medication is reduced. No one's they're going to think, wow, that's really cool. But they're going to really resonate on day 3 when you're feeling more energy. Day 4, when, just be honest and sharing your journey, and let me show you how to authentically do that makes it feel true to you. Would you trust me to do that? Like, be bold and try to get past these hesitations, because that's all it is. They think that they've got to have some amazing testimony before they share. But what a lot of people don't realize, and I tell you guys this all the time, is people really, I can't tell you how many packs that I sell with active in it. People just want energy. People just want more energy and less bloating and things like that. And so it's it doesn't matter. You don't have to be off 16 medications for people to come join you, because what if you're people on your Facebook don't need to come off medication? What if they're looking at that one aspect of your story where the energy or the sugar cravings and that clicks, right? And so that's what I tell them. Don't be afraid to go in, like Ali said, to cast that vision, and your excitement leads to their excitement, right? If you are excited, I'm sorry, but if someone comes at me and they're like, girl, okay, so here's what you got to do. And you don't have to talk like me, but be your own excited person, right? And you're just so excited. I'm like, well, I feel people have told me this. They're like, you literally came at me so excited that I couldn't tell you no because you were really excited. And I'm like, yes, it's you're not going to tell someone no that's fully believes in what they're telling you, right? You have that, you can just feel that belief. I would be like, okay, she's not going to steer me wrong, whatever. So just remember, when you're on the phone with people, just be excited for them. Tell them, all of those things, because it really does. Your excitement, just think about when you're in a chat thread, the end of the month, right? The last week of the month, and everyone's like, I got a person back on, woohoo, this, and you're just like, oh my God, it's so exciting. And then you're getting people back on because you're getting motivated, and all of this stuff. It's energy and it's contagious. And so you want to make sure that you're always doing that, you guys, no matter what is going on. And this goes for your business, your entire business, no matter what is going on outside of, I say, my office. No matter if my kids are screaming or my husband and I just got into a fight or whatever it may be, you drop that at the door and you walk into your office and you have a poker face. Sometimes you just got to have it, right? Sometimes life isn't always butterflies and rainbows and everything, but you cannot carry that over to your team, and you cannot carry that over to your customers, okay? You have got to learn to switch it on and switch it off, right? Switch it on, switch it off. That's just that's just how it is. No one would ever love me right now. I am dead tired right now, y'all. And I could be yeah, well, just, but I'm not, because I get excited to come on these calls. But I want you guys to know that I'm not saying be fake, but you just have to learn to leave the crap at the door and walk into your office, just like you walk into your job. Your boss doesn't care if you've had a bad day, right? We do care we're here for you, right? We are here for you, but you have to learn that you can't carry those emotions and make them big, and it can't carry over into your business, because even if you don't think people can feel it, they can feel it, okay? All right, so let's dive in, okay? Get your pens, your papers, your screenshots, whatever it is, because you're gonna want to, maybe you already know about all of this, but here's also one thing that I've learned is I listen to a lot of trainings that I've listened to before. I do a lot of personal growth, like seminar things that I probably are teaching on the same subject that I've learned before. But guess what? I listen with open ears because I never know. I'm going to pick up a different nugget the next time around. So don't close this off if you've already heard it, because you never know. You might be missing a step that could absolutely just take your team and your retention up to another level. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen. All right. Let's see. Wait. Can y'all see this? Heather, shake your head because I can only see you. Okay. All right. Let me close this up. Let me have one person. I can see Heather. Okay. All right. So here we go. These are our guides. If you don't know where they're at, they are like at the top of Rise Up Village guides. Okay. So we have, if you are helping someone start, I'm going to be updating all of this because this is like a 1.5 years old. And so I just kind of want to do a little update, but these are still very valid. Here is everything you need to know with helping them make their first post. And here is how you follow up in a 3-way message when someone comments on the post. All of that stuff is here, but we are going to scroll down and here's our wellness event. Okay. These are still good things, you guys. You can even use these in their 15-minute wellness event. This right here, instead of a Facebook event, a messenger chat. You can still utilize this. This is good stuff. Okay. So here we go. Guide 2, how to follow up. So remember Heather said that you need 8 contacts in the first month. Well, let's up it to 10 contacts in the first month. Okay. So we have something called the 4-point check-in system. And so as we have been growing and, a lot of us we've realized that you need more than 4 contacts. And so what I like to do with that 4-point contact system is I like to break it down. So like the first contact, you can break it down into 2, right? The second contact, you can break it down into 2, third, 2, 4, 2. So that gives you 8 right there. Okay. And I'm going to show you what I mean. So I love this. What I want you to do right now, if you can, if you're on your phone, or get on your phone right now. And I want you to go find this. This is under guide 2, how to follow up. Copy and paste this in your notes under the folder. If you haven't made a folder yet, I'm going to make your life a lot easier. Write a folder in your notes that's called customer care, follow up, whatever you want it to be. You guys, this is going to make your life so much easier. Okay. And so I want you to copy and paste this into your notes. Okay. So the day 1, this is order day. Your new ambassador has just placed their order. I'm not going to read through all of this, but I'm just going to highlight a couple things. Send them a link to join. Okay. Our stories and supplement group. Okay. That's old. You're going to add them to, that's what I'm saying. I got to update this, but you're going to add them to Rise Up Village. Okay. And then you're going to tag them in the welcome post. The welcome post is at the top of our page in the pin to post. It is like 7 or 8 tips for them to get started for success on their products. And so this is a really great tool for you to use. When you tag them, you are going to say, hey, listen, there are 3 videos in there for you to watch. And the reason why I put 3 videos in there is because it usually takes 3 days for them to get their products. And so you can send them, say, let's watch 1 short video a day and let's talk about it. Right. And so, that is what I do. I love it. They're very short. They're like 2-minute video, a 3-minute video. It goes over like what they should expect when starting, detox, and then about their perk credits, right? So like all of this is already done for you. You're basically just going in and you are making like conversation with them, making sure that they understand that, because you guys, a lot of people don't understand perks. Okay. Even if you tell them, hey, you get points, that just kind of flies over their head. Right. And so when you show them that video, it's going to actually click, but you're also going to remind them right throughout the month. And so here's one thing that I've seen too, is when people are on the perk reports, I see people with like 2,000 perk credits. And I'm thinking, okay, that person, like either they just haven't wanted to spend any of it, or their sponsor, after month 3, I always say like, wait until month 3 to cash in your perk credits. Right. And so this is where your planner comes in. You're going to flip to month 3 and you're going to say, check in with Heather and let's see what we can cash in on perks. Like, make it exciting, make it something that they want to look forward to cash in, right? Like I always say, like, oh my gosh, I get the collagen on my perks, I get the Joyome. And so maybe they didn't get the skincare. That could be something they're looking forward to. And so you want to make sure that you're reminding these people, because not only are they getting to cash their stuff in, but they're getting to try a product that maybe they didn't get in their original order, right? So that's really fun for them. And so that could also be the product that keeps them at 100 PV. Okay, so you're going to get your planner out, and you're going to write in, like right when you sign them up, you're going to write in 3 days from then. Check in with Heather to see if she got her products. Hey, Heather, I'm sure you can tell I'm really excited. I just wanted to see if you've gotten your products or if you've checked the tracking link that you got in your email. When does it say they're coming? Okay, so I always also too, when I'm on the phone with people, I always tell them, hey, you're going to get 2 emails. You're going to say, get one that says, welcome to Plexus, da, 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 da. And then you're going to get one that says, your order has shipped. It comes with a tracking number. When you get that tracking number, just shoot me over the date it says it comes. Okay, people usually do that. But if I don't hear from them in like 2 days, then 2 or 3 days, then I make sure that I go in there and ask if they have gotten the link. Okay, because that's really important. The worst thing that you could do is miss their first day of getting their products and then message them like 2 days later. And they're like, yeah, I got them on Tuesday, and it's like Thursday or Friday. So, okay. You're going to welcome them, make it big. You don't have to, it doesn't have to be like a super fancy graphic. Just throw their picture on a graphic or their name on a graphic, but make their intro like super exciting and warm. And we'll all go comment. Okay. Follow up by sending them the dosage recommendation graphics. We're going to be updating those as well. But there are some in our albums. Okay. And if you're like, I don't even know how to even recommend dosing, that's when you get your sponsor involved. That is an experienced Plexus ambassador that knows how to navigate through those things. Okay. So day 2 is what to expect. Okay. Healthy expectations of this process is key. Send your new ambassador a message. Okay. So this video right here is in the welcome message, the welcome post that is in the pinned to post. Okay. So here's your first day. You can put, I literally copy this. Hey, Chloe, while we're waiting on your products to arrive, I wanted to send you my favorite video on getting started from retired ICU nurse Brooke Hemingway. She and her husband, an anesthesiologist, are such valuable resources. Great to watch while you fold laundry. I'm going to check back on you in a couple of days to see if your products have arrived. Okay. Day 5, product arrival. So you can go through and just write these in your planner, you guys. Like, write them in your planner. That way you can say, okay, day 5, check in with Courtney. Day 5, check in with Heather. Day 6. Okay. So you guys, going through these, I love like sending them a testimony, inviting them to an event. Like we said, like, it doesn't have to be, obviously the new ambassador calls, like, get as many people as you can on them, whether they've been on the products for 30 days, whether they're, restarting, get them plugged into something, because I have realized when I get someone plugged into something, it can be a wellness event. It could even be one of the opportunity events from Plexus or just something, you guys. I promise you, people want to learn more about the products that are taking, and make it something that's short and sweet. So get them plugged in. Okay. So then we go to detox around week 2, 3, and 4, maybe sometimes 5. They may start to experience detox. Okay. So go ahead and copy this in your notes. We're going to scroll down. Okay. So here is the 4-point check-in system. So you can kind of mix and mingle the verbiage, but we have a graphic for this or a post for this that you can search in Rise Up Village 4-point check-in system, and you can copy it down. Okay. So like I said, you can break these down into 2 different questions in the first week, in the second week, and you're not bugging them, right? So like, say they get their products on Tuesday, and you send them the getting started graphic. Like, I don't send people the getting started graphic until they get their products, because I want to know, like, hey, you got your products. Then I can jump on the phone with them and go over the getting started graphic, talk them through it, answer. It's another point of contact, you guys. And it really does build trust. So, you could say, hey, Ashley, have you gotten your products yet? I'm so excited for you. Okay, great. That's one contact. They tell you, yes, I got them today. Cannot wait to get started tomorrow. Tomorrow, you're going to say, how did you like the taste of the pink drink? Tell me your thoughts. That could be your second point of contact, or whatever, however you want to do it, right? And then you can follow up. Like if I do that, like maybe I'm talking, it just depends, you guys. Maybe I'm talking to them 3 times a week. Maybe I say, hey, have you gotten your products yet? She's like, sure, yeah, gonna start tomorrow. I send and I say, hey, how did the pink drink taste? Tell me your thoughts. And then I'll say, okay, great. So are you clear on exactly how to take these? Do you have any questions? No questions are stupid. I told you I'd be checking in with you a lot in these first 30 to 60 days. And then I'll say, I'm going to follow up with you in like 3 to 4 days just to make sure that you're in a good routine. Put it in the thing. No one has ever been like, Andrea, stop messaging me to try to help me get started on my products. Like no one has said that, right? If anything, I've gotten a comment like, wow, I cannot believe you're taking so much time to help me. Like I've been in another company and they literally just gave me the products and left, and I just didn't know what to do, right? And like, we don't want that. I would much rather be overly checking in than under checking in. Okay. So then you're going to go to week 2. Are you getting into a good rhythm? Do you feel like you're taking your products consistently? Okay. Do not go and put all of these questions in one thing. Holy moly, you're going to overwhelm them. Make it conversational. Are you getting into a good rhythm? Do you feel like you're taking your products consistently? Yes, I do. Sometimes I forget to take my probiotic at night. Okay. Well, what can we do to make sure that you are reminded? Should I text you for a couple nights reminding you to take your products? Like this is something that I offer. I'm totally fine with messaging people for a few nights. I just put it in my planner and I remind myself. You can even double up. I put it in my planner sometimes and I do a notification in my phone. So then you're going to ask, okay, great. Are you drinking your water? Yeah, I'm having, okay. And then sometimes I'll joke and be like, okay, here comes 21 questions, but I just need to know these because I want to make sure that we're on the right track. Okay. Are you pooping 2 to 3 times a day? So just these types of things, just make it conversational, you guys. If you guys are putting stuff in the chat, I can't see it. So if you guys need something, just unmute yourself. So then you go down to week 3. So week 3, guys, please check in on week 3. This is when detox starts to happen. And you can say something like, hey, I just wanted to ask if you've seen any increases in your sugar cravings. Maybe you're feeling a little more bloated. And so I like to address this because a lot of people are like, oh my God, I'm gaining weight, or oh my God, I feel more bloated. Why am I craving sugar? And then I will say, listen, you're going through detox. Remember what we talked about on the phone, how I said, I don't sit there and like make it like gloom and doom, like, oh my God, you're going to feel like SHIT, like, oh my goodness, like, no. I'm like, listen, you may have a little headache, you may have some fatigue, you may, feel like you're craving more sugar, a little more bloated, but that is totally normal. That means the products are working, that's getting out the bad stuff out of your body, whatever. Okay. So we have resources. We have a whole entire guide devoted to detox videos and things like that for you to use for your ambassador. Okay. So therefore you go through, and this is where you're going to ask the good questions. You're going to say, by my 3rd week, I noticed that they came back. If the answer is yes, troubleshoot them by increasing Probio 5. You guys just read through this because we have a troubleshooting guide as well. So then you're going to go through week 4. And then this is kind of where I say, like, if they told me that they didn't want to share in the beginning, this is kind of where you want to also ask, like, hey, I know I know you're only a few weeks into your journey and it's really early to tell anything like crazy. But, have you felt a little increase in energy? Have you, how about your coffee in the morning? Like whatever they told you they wanted, just ask and say, have you noticed any slight positive changes? And then I really try to play off of that and be like, you should totally share that. Like, let's just share it. Let me make you a post really quick and let's just share it and see who's interested, right? Or you could say, who do you know? Like Heather said, if they don't want to post, that's fine. Ask them, who do you know? We have a Zoom that's happening, like a wellness Zoom that's happening, or a wellness chat that's happening. You can plug these people in there. Like, I'm happy to take over and answer any questions. Okay. So that is the check-in system. Go in Rise Up Village, please just go in there, look, read it, love it, read it again, love it again, use it, use it, use it. Okay. So here is the guide for detox. Guide 3. When someone is telling me that they're having detox, I will explain to them kind of exactly what detox is. And then I love this video. I really love this detox explainer video. It's like, I don't even know, a minute long. And then here are 8 tips to ease detox. You can read from Dr. Hyman. I love that. And then this is a 30-day detox program. So it kind of tells you, okay, the Ease product, what are they taking now? And then you can, this is the, if you move over here, it's troubleshooting. So it tells you how to troubleshoot with whatever product they're taking. Okay. This may need to be updated, but it's pretty relevant to all of our products that we still take. Okay. So product dosing the triplex. Okay. So here is the getting started guide to the triplex. This used to be one of our most popular combos. You guys, not everyone needs to start on the triplex. So please don't start everyone on the triplex. If they need to lose weight, let me just say this. If someone is like, I just want to feel healthy, but I have hormone issues, this, but I really want to lose weight. Like weight is a goal. Don't start them on the triplex. Okay. Because I will go with 98% of people who say weight loss in any type of sentence. That's what they're going to be looking for. They're going to be looking for that weight loss before. They don't care if they have to be on thyroid medication. Like they want that weight loss, right? Like, or they want that energy. I'm not saying that they don't want to feel better, but if we put them in straight up detox when they're wanting weight loss and they see weight gain, they're going to be out faster than they came in. And so you can always add in. What I always say is like, that's why I love the bigger packs, because it offers them the whole thing, right? They want weight loss. We've got an awesome pack for that, right? Like they want weight loss and gut health, right? We have a pack for that. And so I love that. So you can get them started feeling that active, that energy, less sugar cravings, the MetaBurn, whatever it is. And then you can say, hey, we're also going to slowly introduce these gut health products in. That's the triplex. And so get them loving and feeling good, and then start to introduce gut health. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. Okay. So we are getting new getting started graphics that will be up and running this month. Okay. So here's dosing of the triplex. I know a lot of the times I love to ask this after someone has, signed up. How's your water intake? Do you take thyroid meds? These are things that you need to be asking people, obviously, before getting them on a pack, just to make sure, hey, what medications do you take? Because if they take thyroid medication, then they need to separate their peen drink from their thyroid medication a few hours. Okay. And so you just want to make sure that you are telling these people the correct way to take them. How are your bathroom habits? Are you constipated? So do you crave a lot of sugar? So then based on their answers, you can go through here and you can kind of see how you're going to adjust the triplex dosing. Okay. And then you're going to also adjustments as follows. 3 days in, you guys, we have all of this stuff. 3 days in, 14 days in, this goes all the way to 21 days. Okay. How is your water intake? These are other questions that you can add in. And then it guides you through, like if they're constipated, if they're doing well on 4 BioCleanse, stay the same. Still constipated, add 2 more BioCleanse, 3 morning, 3 night. If they're regular, increase BioCleanse to 3 days. Too frequent, decrease, right? Increase ProBio 5. This tells you exactly how to adjust their products, you guys. So also copy and paste this. This is such a good reference guide to how to help them adjust their products. Do not be scared to tell people. I tell people in the beginning, listen, don't be dead set on always taking these products, because this right now, from me hearing your health goals, is what I truly do recommend, that I think is really going to help you. But don't be closed off to maybe switching up some products, and we're going to have to work through things. I go ahead and set that expectation up, because sometimes they get in there and those aren't the right products for them, right? And they need to be on something else that we find out. Okay. So as you're scrolling through this, dosing other foundational products like the X Factor, the Mega X, the Balance, the Lean, the MetaBurn, the Vital Biome, Collagen, Active, like all of this, you guys, is going to tell you exactly how to have them take it and how to dose them. Okay. So get to know this, get to know these guides. Joyum Skincare, tips on managing product routines. Because you guys, sometimes with the Joyum, they have detox from the Joyum. And so here is exactly how you can help them through the detox, right? If they have redness from the Joyum, this can be a reason. If they have irritation, this can be a reason. So go through here, you guys, all of these resources. Okay. Then we get into how to lead a combo with a prospect. Y'all, I'm telling you, if you haven't dove into these guides have everything you need to legit take your business to the next level. I wish I had this when I started, but this is super, super, super important. Okay. So when you finish that follow-up. I want you guys, like I said, I want you to continue to ask them, hey, listen, I know you're feeling more energy. I know you're feeling X, Y, and Z. Who do you know? Like, continue that follow-up, because people are going to be thinking of people as they start to feel better, right? So anyways, I just wanted you guys do you guys feel like this was helpful? I know we've gone over it, but like, look how many resources you have in Rise Up Village to help you with the things. Like, it is all right there. Just utilize it, slow down and look at it, because this is super important. You don't want to skip a step when you are following up. And like I said, I would much rather be overly following up than under following up, right? Okay, so really quick, if you have any questions, I feel like I covered pretty much. Oh, okay, wait, one more thing that Heather did mention that she wanted me to cover. When people start with a welcome pack, one thing that we're seeing is that either go and make sure that their subscription is on for that next month, because sometimes for whatever reason, the back office may have a glitch or whatever, and then their subscription is off. But I pretty much sign up everybody. I don't, I'm the one that's doing the handwork. And so I'm always like, I know I put their subscription on. And then like, I'll look and I'm like, well, freak, their subscription is not on. It's just something that happens, like a little glitch. So make sure that their subscription is on, and then make sure, because you know how it like auto defaults to like a welcome pack, like, or like the next bundle, and they might not want that bundle. So what I do is, this is also where your planner comes in to use, is I even set a reminder in my phone too. I double do it, is I will say like 5 days before their subscription goes out, I will go over with them. Obviously you're going to know if you're checking in with them, but like, I will go over and say, okay, listen, you got the big pack last time, and I know that maybe we haven't utilized all of those products, so here's what I'm thinking for your next subscription. And so I make sure that, obviously if I start them, one of my favorite packs I love is like the weight loss pack, because it has all the good stuff in it, like the gut health, the weight loss, the energy, all that stuff. And so I'll say, hey, I know we haven't used up all of your like MetaBurn or Balance or whatever it is, so here's what I'm thinking for your next subscription, right? And so just make sure like that kind of stuff really goes over well, because they don't feel like, because the worst thing you can do is have someone get that big pack again and they're like, holy moly, here comes a ton of other, and then they're not going to order the next month, right? They're going to so just be aware of your back office. Okay. So Heather, is that what you were talking about?
Yes. Yeah, that was it. Cause how I said, like sometimes there's that glitch and their sub's not set up for the next month. So we just want to make sure that we don't miss their next order or they get behind. So yeah, that was pretty much it.
Okay, awesome. All right, you guys. So I asked Addie super quick to share a little something that she shared with me earlier and a few other ladies on our team. So you guys don't want to get off, because this is huge. And then she had a huge breakthrough in her business. And I just want her to share this, because I know a lot of the times that we probably think this is something that isn't beneficial, but you hear us preach it a ton. But until you actually do it, you will see the benefits and you will reap the seeds that are sown from this very thing. And Addie has definitely seen that. I've witnessed it firsthand to watch her grow. So Addie, do you care to share a little bit about what you shared with us earlier?
I want to just kind of, I guess, start from the beginning, just to give a little backstory real quick. So I started with Plexus in August of last year. I signed up someone who, her and I both just went crazy with the business. And between August and December, we ranked like 4 ranks, and we were, winning leaders retreat, and we were doing all these things, and it was great. In January, she decided to not do the business or take the products any longer, and took most of her people. They all left with her. So I kind of got into a really bad headspace and felt defeated. And then the end of January, I got 2 people that were business builders. I was like, okay, here we go. And we take off with them. And within a couple months, they both drop off. So I'm like, here we go again, felt defeated, deflated. I thought, is this even what I'm supposed to be doing? Just stopped checking in, stopped showing up, stopped interacting in the different groups, and I just stopped. And so Andrea talked to me. We had a one-on-one Zoom call, and she talked to me about, mindset. Brianna talked to me about mindset. Like, just a lot of people talked to me. And I, for one, did not believe that mindset had anything to do with any of this. Like, I've always been a pretty positive person, but I just thought, like, I just didn't believe that working on myself and working on my mindset was going to do anything for my business. So I got somebody else signed up, and she ran with the business. And I'm like, okay, here we go again. And she left. The difference, though, was I took one day to be really pissed. One day. And after that, I was done. And I moved forward, and I was able to just put it in the past. And am I signing people up left and right now? No, but that's okay. I'm doing the work. I'm growing myself. I'm growing so much. And I thank all of you guys. Like, honestly, I'm almost 47 years old, and I never did any type of work like this on myself. And it's just, I thank you guys for that. So.
Okay, so I just love the vulnerability, because I feel like a lot of the times in this business, we focus a lot on our points, which, yes, this is a business, right? But a lot of this business, 10% is the action. 10% is showing up, sending messages, signing people up, doing what we just talked about. Okay, that's 10%. But when the really successful people in this business, they focus 90% on the mindset. Because here's the thing, when you are signing people up and you've had a successful business, I've been here before, you guys, like I was the same way. The first 2.5-ish years in my business, I was like, personal growth, no, personal growth, like, you don't need that to be successful. Oh my God, you guys, I was so wrong. Like, you have to have that mindset maturity to get over the hurdles. Like Addie said, what was the difference between this business builder leaving versus the other one? Addie was like, I'm in a better mindset, right? Like, this time she didn't go and hole up and say like, this sucks. Is this for me? She knew, okay, like, maybe my leadership lid needs to be raised, you guys. And that's a lot of it, you guys. When you feel stuck in your business and you're like, well, I'm messaging, I'm doing this, I'm doing everything, that we're telling you to do action wise. But when I ask, like, okay, are you in any, like, are you investing in any programs, like personal growth programs? Yes, they cost money, you guys. But if you're in this for a business, it's an investment. Okay. Like, there is not, every quarter I make sure that I am plugged into something that I have to pay for. It's not cheap, but I can tell you that I have grown to be such a better person. And I owe it to you guys to be the best leader that I can possibly be, to handle situations in a way that I know is going to benefit you guys. Not having that, when I have that immature, like, reaction, and I see a lot of people have that, like, well, whatever, I don't care. It's like, and like, shut off. It's like, no, that's not how, you just have that maturity to go and handle certain situations and look at it and have a bigger lens. And so I always tell people, hey, if you're feeling stuck in your business and you don't watch training videos and you don't try to invest in yourself, and you don't, like I always say, I don't know if Brooke Hemingway is your cup of tea, but I really do love her. I know Brianne Coolidge. I know Cindy joined one of her coaching things. I know Addie, you've been in Brooke's things too. And I'm sure you've done Allie Reeves stuff. Like, Allie Reeves is one of my mentors. You guys, I'm telling you, to mindset work, because you really don't, we're not taught this as kids. Okay. Like we are not, we're taught the opposite. We're taught you just, I had this conversation the other day, like with my dad. My dad is so like has worked a job for like 30 some years and he hasn't loved every part of it, but he's like, that's just what you do. You just go to work and you just, and that's fine. Right. But like, we're taught that you just deal with things, right? Like that situation, like, is just how it is. And it might not get better, but that's BS, because you have the ability to change where you're at. And yes, action has a lot to do with it, but you can't do anything if you don't have the right mindset. If you're waking up 95% of the time in a crappy mood and you let that crappy mood dictate your whole day, you don't have that mental maturity yet, right? Like that used to be me before network marketing. Like one little thing would ruin my day. And I see it with my friends that don't do personal growth. And my husband and I always talk about, because he's really big into it too, is like, we literally are like, it blows our mind how many of our friends and family like just don't know how to like flip a negative into a positive, and they just let the littlest things ruin their day. And you want to be like, no, like, I always feel like positive Patty all the time. Like, hey, but sometimes people are probably like, shut up, Andrea. But I'm like, listen, it's much better to be positive than be negative and always complaining about what happened your day. Like, honestly, no one cares, right? Like no one cares because everyone has crap happen during their day. And so it's better to just invest in that and bring that into your business, because you're going to learn, like if you're in this for the long haul, if you're like, I know this is what I want to do, right? Like I know network marketing is the vehicle that's going to take me to do X, Y, and Z. There's no other way around it. It's inevitable. Like Ali said, like you're either going to crash and burn without the personal growth and you're going to quit because it gets hard, or you're going to crash and burn and then you're going to realize, oh crap, I do need to pick up a book. Guys, I will tell you, books are not my thing. They're not. I hate books. I hate them. I love them, but I hate to read them because I'm a person that's like, I get like, do y'all ever just read a book and then you're thinking about something else and you're like, what did I just read? What did I just read? Like, I'm the person that has to read the book like 6 times. Okay. I don't hate them because that's a strong word, but I am just very like reading. And then what I'm reading, I'm thinking about like how I'm going to apply that. And then it's just, so what I've done is I get the book and I get the audio and then I highlight, and it's like, through the pages, right? Because I'm in Brooke Hemingway's high performance coaching right now. And Lord, honey, we are like reading books left and right. And it's just like, I was like, okay, I'm out of my comfort zone. Like I like that's a story and that's a lie that I'm telling myself, that I don't love books, because it's just something that I need to just get over. Right. And so I was like, all right, if I get the audio and I get the book, I can just literally listen and highlight, and then I can go back to the important things and read that through that chapter. Okay. Audio books are great. Right. Like I said, taking a class or a session or like right now that Brooke's thing is 12 weeks, committing to that and actually doing it. Okay. I can't tell you how many things. And when I say like join something like that, like if you're going to be putting some money down, make sure that whatever you're putting it down towards makes you jump, like makes you have FOMO. Like you're like, if I don't get into this, I'm going to die. Like I need to be into this. And that person is like your person, right? Because so many times like we can get into something and then we don't finish it, and then that just feels like crap, right? So make sure that you're not overly committing to yourself yourself to too many things, because I've done that too before. Like I've joined this, and then I'm just like, whoa, that's a lot of information I'm consuming. I need to do one thing at a time. And so invest. I truly believe like just investing in your mindset will take you so much further in this business, because you guys, I know each and every one of you know that it's not all about signing people up, having a pretty post. Like that's just the first layer of it. But when you get that first credit card decline, that first person telling you that the products don't work, that is where that personal growth comes in. And then that equips you to handle that outcome, right? And so we have to know that we can't attach our emotions to the outcome of every person that doesn't want to do Plexus, of every person that quits the products, that quits the business. Like we have to realize that when we've done everything, when we've checked all of our boxes, when you said, hey, I've been there for her, I've checked in with her, I did everything correct, that is on them, not you, right? You cannot make someone personally take their pills, their supplements, drink their pink drink, message people, follow up. You cannot personally make people do those things, okay? This is all of you guys are volunteer army, right? I cannot make you do anything. I can encourage you, but hey, I know I've invested a lot of time into all of you guys that are on here, all 16 of you guys. And if you quit, of course, I'm going to message you and be like, girl, no, what is happening? What are we doing? And if you're just flat out like, no, I got to let you go. I don't want to, but I can't force you. And I can't force people to take the products either. Even when people tell me that they're going to be quitting, I don't say, hey, okay, that's fine. I'm like, okay, wait, hold on. Let's rewind. Where were our health goals? What did we talk about? You told me that you were committing for 90 days. And then I asked them, like, what feels tough right now? Like, what feels tough in your life that you feel like you can't commit to taking the supplements? Like, guys, be a friend, because how many people do you think ask them what feels tough right now? Like, what's going on, right? Maybe someone just needs someone to ask them, hey, what's going on? They open up to you, and guess what? It has nothing to do with Plexus. It's like one simple thing that you can say, oh my God, I can help you with that. Like, let me just message you in the morning to remind you to take your pink drink if that's what you're forgetting, right? Like, because to them, it's an all or nothing type thing. But to us, we are the people that can strategize, and we're problem solvers. We come up with that solution. And we come to them, we say, hey, we've got a solution for you. Like, well, you're not quitting. Like, no way. You committed to me for 90 days. I want to get you the results that you need. So anyways, the personal growth thing is huge, you guys. Pick up a book. I'm going to make a post in Hope Dealers tonight when we get off the call. And any books that you guys have loved, any podcasts that you guys have loved, any training videos, I'm going to pin it to the top of the announcements, and it can just be like our little like personal growth resource library. And so you guys can go, I might do like 4 or like a couple little, like whatever, the pictures, like it'll be like books, podcasts, this, and then you can just drop them down accordingly. That way you guys can go and grab when you need something quick, just go and grab something like that. Because we all have different tastes. And so what I might like, someone else might not vibe with, right? So look out for that. Drop all your training videos. I love to also save things that I love to listen to on repeat, because you know those podcasts or like training videos that you're like, oh my God, like that is gold. Like I definitely need to keep that and listen to that. Put that in your notes. So anyways, I know this was really long, but I hope you guys got some really good information out of this. And I hope you feel more equipped to go follow up with your people and just dive in. If you need help, please ask for help, you guys. It's not weak asking for help. We want what we want to see you guys succeed. And the only way we can do that is if we know the areas that you don't feel comfortable in. That's where we're going to come in and help you. Okay. All right, y'all. Happy Wednesday. Bye.